Welcome, friends of the Greasy Shop Rag. Today we're going to take a look at a Black and Decker battery-powered alligator pruner. That's what they call this thing. So the lady complains that it doesn't work all the time, or it's got intermittent. It runs intermittently, you know. Let's check it out. So there you go. Using our powers of deduction and reasoning, we have determined that the micro switch in the left handle is bad. It doesn't work consistently. The one on the right handle seems to work the way it's supposed to. That was the easy part. I've never been in one of these before, and the first time you look at it, it can be a little intimidating. But really, you know, just turn some screws and see what you end up with, right? I gotta separate the halves of that left handle. And I can see that, you know, I gotta start here. So in order to get that handle to clear this motor, this silver colored plastic housing needs to come out. So we'll disconnect the wires from the motor, because those are most likely coming from our switch, or at least one of them. And inside that housing there's 3 screws. And they're smaller screws, they're fine thread. They're buried way down there. We'll get these 3 screws out of the way. Here's 2. Starting to look like there might be 4 screws. Not sure. No, just 3. So this housing, there's a cup here. We'll get this out of the way. The wires pass through that cup. And it seems kind of loose. There's 3 more screws here that are holding it together. And down inside there's a big spring. Now would be a good time to put an eyeball on that spring and see how it's laying in there. You'll get a better look at that spring later. So there's some more screws out here in the handle. We'll buzz these out of the way. You know, the lady walked in with this thing, said it didn't run right. You know, at first it's like, what the heck? I don't know if we're going to be able to get any parts for this, even if we can figure it out. But it's really not that bad. So look, what did that take us? 4 minutes and we got the thing split already? There's our micro switch. And I happen to have a micro switch laying around that I thought was about the same size. Oh boy, we got springs flying. But this switch won't work. Now, just because it looks the same and all the terminals are the same doesn't mean it's the same switch. These switches are all stamped, you know, normally open or normally closed. And the one I had didn't match. So I just went on Amazon and typed in micro switch or something like that and sniffed around until I found one that was the same. Same size, same volt and amp reading on them, same normally open or normally closed on the terminals. So we'll put this one in. I think it was $10 for 2 switches. All right, let's take this half off of here again and take another look.
What's this do? What's this do?
You got 3 wires and 3 terminals. Just stick it together. I don't remember how I kept them sorted. I think I just left them in order from top to bottom. Boing, there goes another spring. No big deal putting them springs in there, just as long as you don't lose them. So I told you there's a big spring laying down in here. There it is. The ends of that spring, they need to hook. So this one, it hooks behind that one screw stud there. Just like that. Can't tell you what the other side hooks on. We can't see it. Alright, what are we waiting on? Put the side cover back on. Switch feels good. We got some screws in here so this thing doesn't fly apart on us again. You know, this thing looks pretty handy if you're afraid of chainsaws but you need to do some pruning. I mean, they got that chain covered up pretty good, don't they? The way the one shield is permanently in place, it should prevent any kickbacks. Probably not a bad little tool. I've never used one. I'm actually a little bit surprised that I've never seen it before. So we'll run these 2 wires through this cup. Get this dropped down into place. There we go. There we go. There we go. And then what? There should be 3 screws holding that cup down. Oh, I had the screws in the cup already. All right. And you'll notice that magically the other screws are in the handle half there. I had gotten pulled away from the bench at some point and didn't get everything on camera. But those screws that are in the handle have to be tightened yet, I believe. There's a little notch where this piece lines up. 2 screws hold this cover on. I'll tighten everything down by hand. These are the screws that magically appeared in here. So we'll get this tightened up and see if the thing's going to work. That's all I'm going to have for you on the Black and Decker Aligator pruning saw. Thanks for watching. Later. Chomp. 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 Chomp.